tea, the milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart.
All right, before we get into the 12-team PPR mock draft, I do have a few spots remaining in the Tankers second listener league this year. We're going to do a 12-team full point PPR 2 flex league. The draft is on Monday, the Monday before the first Thursday night game. Oh baby, I think there's 3 spots left. If the last guy that I sent the email to gets up on there, I think there's 3 spots left. So you want to get in there, you want to get it sexy, you want to get a shot at Tankers koozie amongst one of these sexy deluxe Tankers shirts like my buddy the Bear is wearing right now. Holler at me. Put your email address in the comments below, or email us at tankersfantasyfootball@gmail.com. Baby, hope to see you there. Welcome back, YouTubers. I am Jason Worsma. This is Tankers Fantasy Football, and we are going to do one more 12-team PPR mock draft to get you ready for your drafts coming this weekend and next weekend, just to get it going. This one is just about ready to fire off. I'm going to be doing drafting from the 3 and the 10 hole to kind of get a end of the draft and beginning of the draft situation. We just had David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell go off the board at picks 1 and 2. A little bit surprised there. For some reason, I'm about to get Todd Gurley in the 3 spot, and I'm just absolutely in love with that. All right, then we had Saquon Barkley just went at 4. And getting Todd Gurley at 3 is just absolutely sexy deluxe. I mean, he is like 90% of the time he is the #1 overall pick. But we had David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell go at 1 and 2. Antonio Brown just went off at 5. We still have Zeke on the board. Maybe this news of his center being, diagnosed with this autoimmune problem. It might be out for several weeks, possibly even the entire season. I mean, Mark Schlereth said that when he was diagnosed, it took him almost a year to feel fully recovered from the situation again. So who really knows what's going on with the all-pro Dallas Cowboys center? But if that's the case, we could, Zeke could be downgraded a little bit. I mean, Alvin Kamara just got drafted over him. Now we got Leonard Fournette drafted over him. Ezekiel Elliott is still on the board at 8 overall, people. This is getting a little bit crazy here. I know this news just kind of happened today, but I mean, my goodness, he is just getting better. Zeke just went at 8. We got Melvin Gordon at 9, and now I am on the clock at 10. I just feel like one of these running backs, since Fournette is gone, he is my guy that I'm targeting in that back of the first. I'm going to go ahead and get DeAndre Hopkins, who could easily finish as the #1 wide receiver, especially with his higher touchdown upside than Antonio Brown. So I'm going to go ahead and get DeAndre Hopkins here at 10 and then see what we can get for us going after the turn, baby. Well, we got Kareem Hunt go at 11. I mean, I'm getting a little bit more and more afraid of Kareem Hunt. There's new offense, not really sure what's going on. But, I mean, I guess that is kind of where he's supposed to be going here, because Melvin Gordon's off the board, Fournette was off the board. I guess the only other options you have to consider would be Christian McCaffrey, who's looked absolutely sexy deluxe this preseason. Like they're going to be giving him all the looks. I'm kind of hoping that Christian McCaffrey comes back to me here at the 10 hole. At the turn, we had Odell Beckham Jr. and Julio Jones, guys. The guy at the end, the 12 hole, he's going balls deep into the wide receivers with some sexy deluxe of OBJ and Julio Jones. Keenan Allen just went, and it did come true. I did get to sit on it. I went Hopkins in the first, and Christian McCaffrey came back to me. And in a full point PPR league like this, a guy like Christian McCaffrey could just eat. I mean, he was an RB1 last year in 12-team leagues. I mean, his usage looks like it's going nowhere but up. Norv Turner's the new offensive coordinator, and Norv Turner's been known to lean more heavily on one running back. McCaffrey was not coming out inside the 10 in these preseason games, so it is looking like maybe C.J. Anderson might give him a blow here and there and take a series or so. Christian McCaffrey might take a series or so off, but it is looking like the usage for Christian McCaffrey, not only in catching the ball, but in red zone situations is going to be up there with the upper echelon running back. So I think I'm all in on the Christian McCaffrey at this 15th overall here. All right, what else we got going on? I'm rambling, man. We just had Dalvin Cook go. We've had Michael Thomas off the clock, and we here at Tankers Fantasy Football got Michael Thomas ranked as our 4th PPR wide receiver coming into the year, and he was just drafted as the 6th wide receiver off the board, so a little bit of value there for the guy here at Team 8. So he's gotten value. He's gotten Zeke at 8 and Michael Thomas on his way back in the 2nd, so he's shaping out to be some sexy deluxe action. All right, we got Devontae Adams off the board. I'm sitting here hoping I can get a wide receiver to come back to me, but it is not looking like that is the case because A.J. Green, Devontae Adams are gone. Devontae Freeman, Rob Gronkowski just left the building, so I'm knocking over Coco Beware. Now we're looking at Joe Mixon, T.Y. Hilton, Mike Evans, or Jordan Howard here. I mean, I'm a believer. We're going to kind of do something I don't usually do. We're going to go running back in the 1st and the 2nd round out of the 3 hole. I'm a believer in the Jordan Howard this year, Bears. I know we're homered up around here, Bears. We're just homered up. But I'm a believer that Jordan Howard, if he can get into that 30 to 35 reception range, I think that his usage is going to be absolutely sexy. All right, I am up again in the 3rd round. We are looking like it is Tyreek Hill or Doug Baldwin. And I am not really afraid of the injury concerns anymore coming out of Seattle. I think Doug Baldwin is going to be all in, and if that's the case, we are looking at 176 targets between Jimmy Graham and Paul Richardson out the window, including a lot of red zone targets from Jimmy Graham leaving. I know Doug Baldwin ain't going to get all them sexy targets, but he will be getting a severe uptick in targets this season. If he plays all 16 games, I don't see any reason why he can't be in the top three targets at the end of the year. And if that's the case, you can pencil Doug Baldwin down as an easy middle of the road to back in wide receiver 1 finish. So I got Todd Gurley, I got Jordan Howard, I got Doug Baldwin right now. My first 3 picks out of the 3 hole, feeling pretty good about that. Waiting for it to come back to me. We got Stephon Diggs off the board. I'm going to sweeten up a little bit more on the Stephon Diggs. I think he can be a guy, if he can stay healthy, that can really take the next step with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Got Tyreek Hill off the board. Off that huge, sexy deluxe Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill connection in that preseason game the other day. We got Amari Cooper. We got Royce Freeman. Holy shit, we got middle of the 3rd round Royce Freeman. The hype just keeps building and building, people. I mean, I've been seeing, early 4th, mid 4th. I mean, like a month ago, this guy was going 6th, 7th round. He is up into the middle 3rd round, going before Jerick McKinnon, and just my goodness, how the mighty have fallen. Jerick McKinnon. We must have some Tankers listeners out there, because we were talking about Jerick McKinnon being on our Busky list for 2018, baby. So we got Royce Freeman going over Jerick McKinnon. One more pick before I go at the 10 hole. Who we got? So I got time out on me? Don't time out on me, bros. If you're going to be in these drafts, if you're going to be dicking around, you're going to outside have a smoke or something, put the computer control on. Don't be cocking the rest of us out there, babe. Alright, we got Juju Smith-Schuster also. A little bit of a reach. Not sure how I necessarily feel about the Juju. I'm going to strap it on here. This is really late for Kelsey, I think. We're going back end of the 3rd round, 10th pick of the 3rd round with Travis Kelsey. And I mean, I think the water's run dry on all the other 3rd. We got Thielen and Alex Collins. Fitzgerald are our top 3 positional players right now. And I'm just feeling the upside of Travis Kelsey, I believe, in the Mahomes. So I'm looking at Hopkins. I'm looking at McCaffrey. I'm looking at Kelsey in the 10 hole for my first 3 picks. About to make my 4th pick right here. Adam Thielen just went off the board. We were on the turn. The turn got OBJ and Julio Jones, so let's see what he does. Maybe we can get us some running backs to go along with those sexy deluxe wide receivers. Oh, he won another wide receiver in Larry Fitzgerald. Slipping in the dark here, slipping in the dark. Here goes another wide receiver, non-running back. I mean, he's going zero RB strategy for sure, but sometimes that'll just bite you right in the fucking ass, boys. What we got here, babe? Waka waka. Zach Ertz, he went non-running back, so he is burying himself. This is something to monitor to see what this guy's running back situation will be after he's neglected the position in the first 4 rounds, and I am about to get it ready. Alex Collin just went, that's okay. He's on my bust list for 2018. So we're looking at being the first team taking a quarterback, not doing that. We're looking at Jarvis Landry, we're looking at Derrick Henry, we're looking at Kenyon Drake. Alright, and I am feeling this, babe, I am feeling it. Since we have one of each, we are going to strap it on because I like some later round wide receivers. I like the upside of Kenyon Drake, even though his pass catching, the percentage, his completion percentage when throwing to Kenyon Drake last year was like second worst in the league, I do believe, with that dude that targeted at least 30 times. But I am just all in on the Kenyon Drake. I think the opportunity to be there. I don't think Frank Gore is going to be necessarily fucking around and stealing too much cheese. I think Kalen Balaj is getting some rookie struggles. He's missing blocks. Tannehill's kicking him out of huddles. So I'm not necessarily afraid of him too much either. We've got Jarvis Landry go, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Miller. We got Derrick Henry off the board. Derrick Henry was the other back that I was considering instead of Kenyon Drake out of that third pick of the 4th round. I was staring at it, but I just think Kenyon Drake might be the one to have a little bit more upside, even though that Titan offense with Matt LaFleur is looking a little bit more sexy out there. With Deion Lewis, as far as PPR goes, Deion Lewis is kind of freaking me out a little bit with the Derrick Henry pick. Alright, J.J. Demaryius Thomas, I am on the clock. I have gone Todd Gurley, Jordan Howard, I have gone Doug Baldwin. So now I'm looking at wide receivers. I'm looking at Josh Gordon. I'm looking at Chris Hogan. Looking at Golden Tate, Marquise Goodwin. I just can't take Marquise Goodwin. I was a fan of Marquise Goodwin, but his fucking ADP has just completely lost fucking focus, people. And I'm going to take a risk here. His ADP hasn't risen even since he's reported to camp. But Josh Gordon here at the end of the 4th round. Strap him up, baby. I am all in. Alright, I'm going to probably take some Chris Hogan to turn it back to me. Probably going to take some Hulkster, just looking at the running back situation. Look if I really like anybody. Looking like Beast Mole, looking like Deion Lewis, Keon Johnson, Rex Burkhead. Well, I do like some of those guys. I just think the Chris Hogan opportunity is there and we'll get it sexy. So I got Todd Gurley. I had Jordan Howard. Sorry, boys, doing little burpsies out there. And Todd Gurley. I got Jordan Howard. I got Doug Baldwin. I got Josh Gordon. I got Chris Hogan. Rolling into the middle of the 4th round, we had Deshaun Watson, Marquise Goodwin, Allen Robinson, and Mark Ingram go on that turn before I took the Hulkster, because I never brought that up. Sorry about that, boys. We had Marshawn Lynch go right after I took Chris Hogan, then Brandon Cooks. We are coasting our way. We got Jimmy Graham off the board, and we are coasting our way. We got 3 more picks until I am up at 10. Oh, we got Emmanuel Sanders off the board. We got Golden Tate off the board. I am in dire need of a wide receiver 2 because I have Hopkins. I have Christian McCaffrey. I have Travis Kelce. I have Kenyon Drake. So I have Hopkins, and I am just starving for a wide receiver 2. But I like some of these wide receivers that you can get later in these drafts, baby. A sneaky play, I kind of think Marvin Jones might have had a little bit of a swan song. I think last year might be more toward his ceiling, but I mean, he is just a reliable pick here in the late 5th round. So I am thinking about scooping me up some Marvin Jones. I know the upside of Corey Davis is there, but he was on our bust list, baby. And just you gotta take a guy. I mean, you hope for a guy like Corey Davis that to have a season like Marvin Jones did last year. Well, Marvin Jones had the fucking season that he did last year, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just get the guy who's been there, done that for the Detroit Lions, who like to huck it, chuck it football, and I'm gonna get Marvin Jones as my wide receiver 2 right now. So I got Hopkins, I got Marvin Jones in the wide receiver side. My McCaffrey, I got Kenyon Drake, I got a big dog, Travis Kelce in the tight end hole. And we are coming around. I'm probably looking at a flex pay because I am not ready to blow my load on quarterback quite yet. So we're looking at Corey Davis, looking at Edelman, looking at Crabtree, looking at Alshon Jeffrey, looking at Will Fuller. Man, I am not fucking really into any of those guys right here in the 6th round. We had Deion Lewis just went. We had Rex Burkhead just go. So we had an ex-Patriot running back, then a Patriot running back. We got the guy's 2nd pick here after the turn. I'm going to go check out some running backs because, like I said, I'm just not into those wide receivers right there, baby. And it's almost time to do pulling I'm not afraid anymore moment and draft some Carlos Hyde and just get some Nick Chubb later on. I mean, I know I'm not really the biggest fan of the Carlos Hyde, but my goodness, has he looked good in preseason. So, word on Watkins, going up, they say moving him all over the field. So he's had his best practice of the season. So we're either looking at Sammy Watkins or we are looking at Carlos Hyde. So what are we going to do, boys? What are we going to do? Are we going to draft a guy who is guaranteed snaps or what? Nope. Here's the breaker. We have Travis Kelce, so we already have a Chief. So we're going to go out there and we're going to get some Carlos Hyde, baby, and get it dirty, get it filthy, nasty, and not even fucking really feel that good about it. But at least we can get Nick Chubb at a decent value to sew up the Carlos Hyde action. All right, moving back at me. We got Corey Davis. We got a little bit of tight end run. We got Evan Ingram. We got Trey Burton. Trey Burton is on the rise, people. I mean, if you are in some of these leagues, it's like 1.5 for tight end, all in on the Trey Burton in the flex. If you can possibly just get your hands on him, baby. Who we got here? We got Michael Crabtree just went. And that's a shit liner pick I don't really want anything to do with. So I'm looking at flex. So I'm looking at best available, mainly running back. Guess I could jump in on the tight end boat before it sets sail. So we got some reindeer games. We got some Delaney Walker. We got Jordan Reed. If the reindeer games, Kyle Rudolph makes it back to me. Oh, and it looks like he has. So I'm gonna be more than happy to get me up on some fucking reindeer games here on the back end of the 6th to sew up my tight end. It came around fast. We got Chris Carson. We got Russell Wilson gone. We got Alshon Jeffrey. We got Will Fuller. Now I am back up in that ass. Looking at best player available. We're going to check out some running backs. So we got Turok the Dinosaur, Hunter Cohen. Still available. We got Ronald Jones is really falling out of favor. Looking kind of like a fucking dirty dick bum out there. I'm going to give it, I already got fucking Jordan Howard, so I can't really get in on the Turok situation. But I'm going to get a little, I'm going to say, I'm going to get crazy. I'm going to say Chris Carson be damned. Chris Carson be fucking damned. I'm going to go Rashard Penny right now, baby. If they say he's going to be ready for week 1, I just think the talent will eventually overcome the situation. And I just think they drafted him in the 1st. Chris Carson only really had the one good game last year that was, it was good, but it wasn't like sexy deluxe cream fucking in your fucking pants good. So I think they're gonna fucking, give this rookie a shot. If he can get it done, if they say he's ready for week 1, if he is on the field showing what he's done, I think by week 3, maybe week 4, he will be getting it done in this offense. If you can get him as like your first bench player and just wait and see, that is just sexy deluxe. And I am all fucking in on that shit. So we are coming back to me. We got Cam Newton. We got Carson Wentz. We got Tevin Coleman off the board. We got 3 more picks before my 10 hole. Looking at some Turok Cohen. Marlon Mack wouldn't get down that. Jamal Williams not really interested. Isaiah Crowell not interested. We got Nick Chubb. We're going to queue him up so we don't forget about him, baby, because we should probably get him as a handcuff for the Heidster. Alright, Watkins is still available, so Watkins does make it back to us, even though we have Kelsey. I think we have to pull the trigger on him now because we were considering him last round. So I think we got to get about, we were considering shit a round ago. It's been like 16, 18 picks since you last fucked around, and he still is on the board and makes it back to you. You gotta almost believe that it is destiny and just get down on that kind of shit. You're looking at Sammy Watkins, looking at Jamison Crowder, and I'm just not really that big of a believer in Crowder. Jordan Reed can't stay healthy, and when Jordan Reed was hurt last season at the end of the year, Jamison Crowder was eating, so you're kind of hoping on Jordan Reed injury, what does tend to happen, but I don't know. I just think Sammy Watkins can go out there and get it done. I think Pat Mahomes is clanging and banging, so I'm going to draft Sammy Watkins here at the end of the 7th round. I feel pretty fucking confident about it. Alright, we had Randall Cobb go. Come on, Bear, you haven't fucking said much, babe. Oh, we're in this together, man. Travis is letting me hanging, he's out there playing with his pud, but I thought it was me and you, bud. You're just fucking sitting over there staring blankly into the iPad. I appreciate you just hanging out with me, bud. Randall Cobb go. We had Isaiah Crowell go on the turn. We get 2 more picks, and I am up again. So I have 3 running backs. I have 3 receivers. I have my tight end. So we're going to glance at quarterback just to give it a little look-see in there. A little look in the hourglass, stare into the abyss for a second. We got Drew Brees. He's in consideration. Drew Brees is definitely in consideration here at the beginning of the 8th round, even though I don't really like taking quarterbacks early. But I feel like if we can sit on it, and wait for Nick Chubb, or you think we should get on that shit right now? What do you think, Bear? What do you think, Bear? Talk to me, Bear. Talk to me, Bear. Robbie Anderson just went off. We had 2 Jets at the turn, and Crowell and Robbie Anderson. That guy's on tilt. He's fucking rattled. Alright, now we got Nick Chubb, we got Crowder still on the wide receiver side. You know what? We're going to go a little overpay. This is a round or 2 earlier than usually goes, but we don't give a fuck. We don't give a damn. We don't give a fuck, right, Bear? We're all fucking in. We're going to go Mike Williams, San Diego's Bear. Or not San Diego's, we're at the fucking tilt, Bear. We're on tilt now. We're just like other fucking bum. Los Angeles, fucking. Jesus, Bear. Doing a lot of talking. Forgot to bring water down here. I'm fucking up, bud. Fucking up. We have Mike Williams, baller club Mike Williams. I think his red zone targets are gonna fucking go through the roof. I think he's the type of guy that can get you double-digit touchdowns, baby. And I don't know. I'm thinking about possibility of a wide receiver 2 finish with the Mike Williams if the Grim Lap system aligns correctly. We got Drew Brees off the board. We got Crowder. We got Sony Michel. We got Kirk Cousins. We got Ron Jones. We got Jamal Williams. It is my turn at the 3-0. I am fucking up. Alright, so we're gonna take Peyton Barber here. I'm gonna say Ronald Jones be damned. Peyton Barber, I think, can get the start for this season. If he can run away with it for these first couple weeks, we'll be looking at Peyton Barber's backfield for the rest of the year. I better get my ass back into wide receivers, baby. Looking at Jordy Nelson. Nope, not doing that. Kelvin Benjamin thinking about doing that. DJ Moore, I don't know if I'm quite ready to get about him quite yet. But I think I'm going to strap it on some Kelvin Benjamin. Talk about a fucking guy playing for a team, looking to be losing a lot of game script, a lot of second half game script, Bear. And when we start talking about game script, passing, hucking, chucking rocks in the second half, no matter who the fuck's throwing them, And who the fuck's catching them? But garbage time will kill your opponents, baby. And I just think Kelvin Benjamin is the type of guy who's just going to eat in garbage time this year. We got Marlon Mack off the board. We got Jordy Nelson go here in the middle of the 9th round. We are just chug-a-lug-a-lugging along, baby. Who else we got out there? So I'm going to be looking. I got, we got 3 running backs. I have 4 wide receivers. I got my tight end in Kelsey. Is it time? Is it time to start looking at quarterbacks? I mean, you know, you gotta get that shit before the water runs out. We got Luck. We got Garoppolo. Both those guys are kind of looking to stay away from last year. All the sexy, those 5 games of straight sex, Garoppolo was pumping out the juice last year. You only had, 7 touchdowns during that stretch, so that's got my dick a little bit fucking soft, you know what I mean, baby? We got the Jacksonville Jaguars off the board, and I'm not opposed to overpaying for the sexy deluxe that is the Jags. I'm thinking about scooping up my boy Matthew Stafford here because I'm not really liking where this is going. I mean, if you don't get Stafford here, you're looking at Roethlisberger and Goff. Goff's the type of player that could probably suffer from some game script with that very fucking stout Ram defense. Goff could be looking at taking a lot of fucking turn and gives in the second half. So I'm going to look and stat up my boy Murphy Stafford at quarterback for the 10-hole team. Alright, so we're done with quarterbacks for these 15 round mock drafts. We're not going to fucking dick around with that shit anymore. I think it is time. He is still there. He is still there. If he is still there when we get it back to us, we are going to saddle up the handcuff for Carlos Hyde here in the 10th round. We are going to saddle up some Nick Chubb, baby. He's Carlos Hyde that can't handcuff himself now, can any boys and girls? So Robbie Anderson go. We got Jimmy Garoppolo go. Wait, I'm fucking out of my mind. Robbie Anderson went last round. We got fucking Robert Woods go. We got Jimmy Garoppolo go. We got one more pick on the turn. And then we got another pick. And then it'll be back to yours truly with his 10-spot luxury pick. This guy in the 12 hole just been dicking around this whole fucking time. Taking his sweet ass time down there. What are you doing down there, bud? Yeah, fucking 5 seconds left. There, Ty Montgomery. Took all that time to draft Ty fucking Montgomery? Come on, bud. What the cock? Alright, we're gonna do what we just said. We got the Rams defense off the board. We are gonna swoop up Nick Chubb and then watch it run back toward us, baby. 3 hole just waiting to swoop it up here. Just waiting. Alright. We got Andrew Luck gone. We got James White off the board. It is getting into the 10th round. And that's when you just start fucking throwing darts. So I'm going to load up guys like DJ Moore and Michael Gallup and Downtown John Brown and Tyler Lockett and Anthony Miller and Kenny Galladay. We are just going to start fucking throwing poo at the wall and hoping something sticks, baby. And we're going to lead it off with the DJ Moore pick. Alright, it is back on me already. We've loaded up a bunch of high-end wide receivers. We're going to go out there. We're going to get some Corey Clement. As Jay not taking part in practices in the 3rd preseason game is freaking me out a little bit. There's whispers that it's the knee that it was in college. And I fucking hope not for Jay and the Eagles' sake. I'm just going to go ahead and take Corey Clement in the 11th round to protect my fantasy. You know, I don't have a Jay on this squad. But, you know, Jay does go down. Corey Clement does become that workhorse. We're looking at easy RB1 production from Corey Clement. And Calvin Ridley off the board. This team down here, down south, we're probably looking, we're looking Hopkins, we're looking McCaffrey. We got Kelsey, Drake, Marvin Jones, Carlos Hyde, Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, San Diego, Murphy Sturford, Nick Chubb. But I'm liking some of these running backs that are still available. I got Jordan Wilkins on the queue. Let's check out some wide receivers. Michael Gallup, Kenny Stills. Never really a Kenny Stills guy. I think he's a kind of a middle and bum. People have these hopes and visions of grandeur for Kenny Stills, but I'm just not really sure. I'm going to go ahead and get me some Jordan Wilkins right now, baby. I'm going to saddle up some Kenny Galladay if he makes it back to me in this 12th round. I actually got some people sticking in these things. Usually people bail. It's like computer control once these things get a little later. But it looks like a lot of my boys are here sticking with me into the wee hour. I think I'm just going to go through 12 rounds, go one more round. You know, people are starting to take a lot of defenses. Maybe somebody starts taking kickers and, you know, it's time to fucking bail out of these mock drafts. But I hope, you know, you've been with me. You've really enjoyed this mock draft. If you have, you know, like me, get me some comments, give me some shares, give me some subscriptions out there. You know what I'm saying? We're on the Twitter, we are on TuneIn. So you can listen to me, my sexy voice, on your commute to and from work. Oh, baby. And if you want to be in the second listener league, give us a shout out. Email us at tankersfantasyfootball.com or put in the comment section below that you just gotta get down on the listener league. This guy at the fucking end is still out there fucking peddling his fucking cock though. Look at Tavius, he's got Matt Breida and he's just still fucking staring at it like this is the end of the line for him. This mock draft is life or death. There'll never be another one, and this is what he's gonna be stuck with from now until eternity. But I'm telling you, just to hurry the fuck up. Kenny Stills off the board. And I am going to hopefully pick you some Michael Gallup just when I am going to swoop up Kenny Galladay. Alright, it is coming back to me in the 3-hole for our final and last pick of this situation. And I hope you like listening to the show. Travis should be back shortly. He's on assignment, like I said, he's out there diddling his pud. But me and the bear here, we're holding it fucking down. And I'm just going to go ahead and just get a guy who I think can kind of become that sexy boy deluxe for the Chicago Bears at the 12 hole here. And I'm going to get me some Anthony Miller for the Chicago Bears. So I think I just got to have a little bit of bear in my life, in my fantasy squad. Like I said before, I like to cut on my jib. Like me, you like the bear, give me a shout out. Subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Get it all sexy up there. See you next time, boys. Cheeseburger.